So everyone and their mom's, grandma's, uncle's dog has made a villager trading hall. But I was thinking, has anyone made a villager supermarket? Well, probably somewhere out there, but I'm gonna do it anyway. You guys have all seen a villager trading hall, right? You know villager trading halls. You make a big room, put all your villagers in there with all your trades. But I was thinking, how could I spice that concept up? And what if instead of a trading hall, I made a villager supermarket? And I gave my trading hall a little supermarket theme, like a Walmart or something. So I think that's the plan for this episode. Make a big villager Walmart where we can line up all of our trades and hopefully become super duper rich. So I'm thinking tough bricks, crimson wood, and blue concrete. That's what I'm thinking here. But that does mean we are going to have to go into the nether for the warped wood side of things. Just gotta go in, find a crimson forest, get out. I think I might see the end of the basalt delta. Okay, yeah, I think we got another waste over this way, which is good. Okay, I'm just gonna find a crimson forest, which shouldn't be too hard. Buddy? Is that fortress down there? Okay, yeah, that is part of a fortress for sure. I'm gonna take these bone blocks. What am I doing? I'm going in the fortress instead of the basalt. Okay, that was actually kind of close. That was way too close. I'm just gonna follow this fortress and hope it leads me to somewhere I want to go. Oh, I'm on fire. There's a blaze rod. Oh my god. Even with the totems, I'm still very, very nervous because if my last world proved anything, it's that not even totems can always protect you. I might as well barter with this guy because I have a bit of gold. Come here, bro. Yeah. Do you have anything good? Okay. You, sir, have you given me anything good? It does not look like it. Crying obsidian. I'll get the achievement for the crying obsidian. That is a bastion right there, I believe. Not gonna go in there yet, because last time we went in the bastion, it did not end well for me. I'm not ready for that. I'm gonna restrain myself. But there is a bastion. Oh my god, I see it. Finally. That took entirely too long. There we go. I should take some of these back so I can farm the trees if I want to. Okay, I've got 4 stacks of crimson logs and a few of the fungus so I can regrow them if I need to. That should be more than enough, but I wanted to get as much as possible because this is pretty far out. After collecting all the crimson wood I need, I started my journey back home. Although I did have to come back here later to grab some more shroom lights. But on the way back, I couldn't stop myself from paying the piglins a visit to do a little bit of thievery. I always forget that it's like a piglin face. That looks actually awesome. Okay, do I sneak in and grab the gold? Part of me kind of wants to. I know this could have ended badly, but come on, it was right there. What would you have done? And I got 16 gold blocks out of it, so I'd say it was worth it. I did restrain myself from looting the rest of the bastion, even though I really wanted to, because we're going to save that for a future episode, where I'm a little more prepared. But I did eventually make it back to my portal, unscathed, and I hopped in, and I was one step closer to getting started on this build. Oh, it feels good to be home. There's no way we made it through that without even popping a totem. I still needed a few more resources. Namely tough blue concrete and also glass, but I'll be real with you, you're probably getting bored of watching me gather stuff, and I'm getting bored of editing me gather stuff, so we'll speed through this a little bit. Oh man. Okay, I placed down all 3 stacks of concrete, and oh my god, I'm at like the very, very top of the world right now. This definitely isn't the safest way to do this, but it's probably the most efficient. And we made it, and I didn't fall to my death. Before gathering the rest of the materials I needed for the main build, I decided to first start clearing out space. After that, I threw up a villager breeder. I hoped that this way the villagers would be able to breed while I was gathering materials and doing other things, and by the time I was ready to build the structure, I would have all the villagers I needed. Unfortunately, this villager breeder, which the designer uses by the real Jaden, I'll link him in the comments below, it worked like once or twice and then never again. It probably isn't a problem with the design, it's probably just the way I built it. It might have had something to do with the ceiling when I actually put the structure around it, I don't know. But eventually I gave up on this and took it down. That's what I'll do later. But it did work like twice, and it looks kind of cool, so. That checks off the crimson wood and the concrete from our list, so the last material I need before I start on building this trading hall is tuff, to make tuff bricks. So, time to go underground for a bit. Find some tuff. Sir. Yes, it's in progress. Yeah, you might like it, you might not. Now, just to let you know, even though I grabbed like 6 stacks at this point, I did have to return back to the mines like 3 more times to get more tuff, because this build just required way more than I thought it would. But I'm just gonna show you this one bit because I don't think you want to watch me mine tuff that bad. Look, I've made my own cave because of how much tuff I'd mined. This wasn't here before. This is all for me mining. After collecting all the materials I needed, I grabbed my pickaxe and got right to work. I started by digging an outline where the build would be, and after that, I grabbed my blocks and started building. So now would be a good time to tell you that this video took a lot of time and work to make. So if you enjoyed it and you'd like, maybe take a second to leave a like or subscribe. It really helps out the channel and it's completely free. So while I was building the trading hall, I'd been keeping some villagers in my house, and some zombies must have gotten to them. Oh my god. You've got to be joking. But although this seemed like a bad thing at first, it actually turned out being pretty positive, because I had plenty of the materials needed to cure the villagers, lots of gold from the bastion, some spare potions from the igloos I looted in the last episode, and I also had the materials to brew more if I needed to, so I cured these guys up to get the discounted prices. Now this was far from the last time this would happen, because my villagers kept getting zombified, but I kept curing them and I got some good prices, so yeah, that was pretty helpful. So after a quick trip to the nether to gather some more shroom lights, and yes, I did craft a diamond hoe for this, I regret it a little bit, but I did it in the moment. But after grabbing those shroom lights, I returned back to the build and I finished up the ceiling, or the second floor. So at this point, the main structure of the build was done. All that was left to do was add one little finishing touch on the front of the build, and then obviously get the villagers inside. For that little finishing touch I mentioned, I needed wool, so I went on a little adventure to find sheep, and I sheared them all up, and I went back to my base. Oh yeah, also I got another dog while I was out on that journey, so I don't have a name for him yet, but if you have any, let me know. But after returning to my base, I crafted up a loom and tried to design these banners. It was really confusing. I messed up numerous times, but eventually I had all the banners I needed. But I did have to buy some of them from my cartographer villager who, yes, as you can see by this footage, he got himself stuck in the nether. This was the second time he did this, and I was too lazy to get him out right away, so I just put him in a boat and left him there. Don't worry, I got him out later to put him in the supermarket, but yeah, for now he's just in there, but you'll see him again later. But once I had all the banners, I went to the front of the build and started doing the thing I was probably most excited for, putting on this finishing touch. Look, Oh, it's beautiful, it's beautiful. It's Vilmart. Welcome to Vilmart, everyone. Oh, finally. After that, I added a few more exterior touches to Vilmart here, like some street lamps out front, and I added some fence posts along the front of the building to kind of look like whatever those like parking poles, I guess, are outside of like stores, like these things. But now that the sign out front and all the exterior details were all done, there was only one more step I had to complete. And boy, what a step it was. The last step was getting the villagers inside of this thing. And it makes me shiver just thinking about it. It was a pain. So firstly, I got my cartographer out of the nether, and then I built that fence that I was talking about so no one else can wander in, even though they're all in the trading hall at this point anyway. Then, next step, I had to move all the villagers I already had inside of the place. And, of course, I also had to confirm that these villagers were good enough material to be employees at Vilmart. We don't just hire anyone at Vilmart. It's a very fine and prestigious establishment. Okay, so yeah, welcome to Vilmart. Time for your job interview. How much experience do you have? Okay, you're hired. So the next step was to build a bunch of these little stalls or offices on the second floor of the building where all the villagers would actually work and stay, and this is where I would trade with them. So I built all those up, and then I had to deal with the next problem, actually getting all the villagers I needed. Despite the fact that I lived by a village, a lot of the villagers had either died or gone missing over the course of my playthrough, and the ones I had left weren't going to be near enough to fill up all of Vilmart. Like I said, I tried the villager reader, but it just wasn't working for me, so I eventually resorted to just digging a hole, throwing all the villagers in it with beds and some bread, and hoping they had kids, and that actually worked out pretty well, because eventually I was able to get just about enough villagers to fill up every stall in the place. Not all of them, but just about. So the next thing I wanted to do was zombify and cure a bunch of my villagers. Yeah, they definitely just accidentally get zombified. I'd have nothing to do with it. But I wanted to do it in an orderly fashion, like have like a zombification station where the villagers get sent over in a minecart and all that. So I waited till night and let a zombie in, and I was really struggling to get him in the right place and get him in the minecart. But it didn't really matter because I realized that I left the door open and there were more zombies than I'd ever seen coming into the door. I did have this iron golem that spawned inside of the villager breeder. The villagers must have spawned him, but he was stuck inside of it, so he couldn't really help. So I was on my own for this one. Oh. Oh no. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, I left the door open. Get out. Oh god. Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap. No, no. Get out. All of you. Oh god, they're gonna kill all the villagers. They're gonna kill all of the villagers. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, there's so many. There's so many. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. They're gonna get me. They're gonna get me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. So that was terrifying, and I thought I was a goner for a second, but I was thankfully able to fight them off in this claustrophobic little space. But not without a bunch of the zombies getting into the villager hole and zombifying them all. This wasn't exactly how I planned to do it, but it would still work. So I killed all the normal zombies that were in the hole, and oh, there's some more guys. I still forgot to close the door again. Let's skip ahead a little bit. So I killed all the normal zombies in the hole. I cured all these guys up through splash motion, fed them all gapples. Thank God I raided that bastion, or else I would not have had enough gapples to cure them. And eventually, they all cured up. So that worked out pretty well in the end. Now, I did breed these guys a couple more times before I moved them into the trading hall, and the babies that hadn't been zombified yet, I zombified them by accidentally releasing a zombie into the top floor of the trading hall, but we won't talk about that. Also, if you were wondering what that zombie thing was and why there were so many, I think it was a rare feature called a zombie siege where a ton of zombies spawn to attack a village. So yeah, there's your Toon fun fact of the day. At this point, Vilmart was nearly complete, and there were only a few more things I needed to do. Firstly, I had to get all of the villagers into their offices. I had to get them all into their offices so I could trade with them. And second, I had to tear out the villager breeder because I didn't need it anymore and it wasn't working. In the end, I decided to just keep the farm parts of the villager breeder and have it be like the freshly grown produce of the Vilmart, and I tore out the rest of it. So, as you can see, I just have some nice farms in the middle of the place. I did a little more interior design, did a little bit more of a zombie villager infecting and curing, and the place was just about done. The last thing I wanted to do was cycle my villagers for some good trades and buy them. I was mostly focused on librarians and enchanting books, but I also had a few farmers, a few clerics, a Fletcher, and of course my cartographer, who had been to the Nether twice. I had a mason as well, but he was the replacement mason because the other mason died, rest in peace. But since I wanted access to the best enchants in the game, it meant the thrilling task of breaking and placing a lectern on hours on end until you're completely losing your minds. But yeah, I'm not kidding when I tell you this took forever. I probably have like over an hour of footage of me just breaking and replacing a lectern, so let me know if you'd like to see all of that unedited. But anyways, yeah, it was me mining this a lot, but eventually I was able to get all the enchantments I wanted, or most of them, so I'll go ahead and show you what I got. Okay, so here's all my villagers. Here's where they are, here's where they work. I have all the ones with enchantments labeled with signs, so I know who's who, and these trapdoors are to keep them out while I'm cycling them. But I'll just go down the line. This guy is efficiency 5, that guy is fortune 3, this guy is sharpness 5, this guy, oh, that's Mark. This guy, he doesn't really have anything. There's a cleric, there's Fletcher, farmers where I get food. There's my looting 3 guy, there's my mending guy. You guys know him. What do you have? Impaling 5, that's not what I've been using. He has Infinity, and he has Silk Touch. So, just taking a look at my tools, we got a Sharpness 5, Knockback 1, Looting 3 sword. Still need to put Mending on that. Sharpness 5, Efficiency 5, Unbreaking 1, Mending Axe. Efficiency 5, Unbreaking 2, Mending Shovel. Fortune 3, Efficiency 5, Mending Pickaxe. We got Sulky Wilkie, which is the same, but with Silk Touch. Got some ore in my inventory, which I am planning on mining with Fortune. But yeah, that's all the enchantments and stuff I've managed to get from this trading hall. And now I feel much more prepared to take on whatever comes my way. Oh, also, throughout the making of this video, I've reached day 131 in my world, and my roof of my house has almost completely oxidized. So happy over 100 days. I leave you today with the official grand opening and tour of the world's maybe first villager supermarket superstore. Okay, everyone. So I'm happy to announce that after a lot of work, the new biggest store in this world is now open. The Vilmart Supercenter is now complete and open for business. So welcome to the grand opening. So we can take down that coming soon sign and then cut the ribbon. That's what I was trying to do here. Like when they do an opening, you cut the ribbon. There weren't ribbons in Minecraft, so I had to do the best I can. So here's our here's the entrance, our little welcome signs. We got welcome to Vilmart. Operations are definitely conducted ethically, which they are. Okay, you don't need to pay too much attention to that. Just letting you know what kind of place you're shopping at. So here on the ground floor, we've got some freshly grown produce. Which is just carrots. The only produce we grow is carrots. And then we have a bountiful and plentiful stock here on our shelves. We sell a multitude of different things. We have carrots, produce, all items, 64 diamonds each. So we have a multitude of different items. Lots of variety. Anything you need, you can get it here. So we have carrots. Out of stock. Yeah, we have lots of things here, and let me just stop the recording real quick. Okay, yeah, it should be off. Okay, okay, good thing I have these signs here, so no customers sneak up, because there's nothing up here. Okay, yeah, this is obviously where I keep all the villagers. That is it for today, everyone. If you're here and you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching the whole time, or if you just skipped here, also thank you. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed making this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I can't wait for the next one. I will see you next time. Bye.